Oh, hello and good morning. Again, my name is Miss Newsom, and today I'm going to introduce us to what I like to call the wheel of misfortune. Now, okay, first of all, this did take me a while to make, and with some help from some family. Thank you, Uncle. But anyway, my idea was to have what I call the wheel of misfortune, like I said, um, because I think there's just so many things out there right now that we're just wanting to fight for, injustices, inequities, and this was just kind of a silly way for me to just kind of talk about, get involved with something, anything. But for me, it's always my passion's always been education, because when I think about some of these main topics in our culture today, the root is at education. The center of the wheel is always at education. So let's just take a spin, shall we? Um, so LGBTQ, and I'm just going to introduce these really briefly right now, um, because I think they're just worthwhile endeavors, and of course they're interchangeable. And so, for example, we don't teach stuff in school about this community, and we don't know about Stonewall, Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, and the Stonewall riots. So, if you don't know about it, we haven't learned, right? Let's put this back on. Immigration, more to come on that one. I just put Earth with a question mark because um, I just like, hello. I guess I just wanted to use this as an opportunity to say, for anybody who does end up watching this, I'm not going to put up with any nonsense. If you don't believe in climate change, you just click off, unsubscribe, because these are some issues that we need to talk about. There needs to be entire years dedicated to the history of slavery, to the history of Black people in this country and all over the world, in African history. And one of the things I kind of worry about is over the summer, because there were so many protests that are needed. And what I worry about going back to school, which again is centers education, is that there's just going to be kind of a knee-jerk reaction to say, "Oh, I'm just going to teach um, some Black history." Well, let's first just start looking around at the schools and how the schools have inequities built in within themselves. So again, a lot to say about that. Me too. Well, there's a reason why it's called Me Too. And I think it's because that there's probably the majority of women whose first experience has been a negative one, sexual experience, I mean, and has been negative and unwarranted and unsolicited. And so that needs to be addressed. Police brutality. Yeah. Well, I think I'm kind of old fashioned, and the one thing I just want to say about that right now is that um, I, I, I feel bad because the stories that I hear about um, the responsibilities that police have on them is our responsibility as citizens. And I feel like police should not be in the role of doctor, mental health care professional. And again, as a high school teacher, I can relate to that. Just too many pressures on us. So, um, And at the same time, I remember doing a lot of fundraising for education, and I don't. Anyway, said so. The biggest thing, like I said, these are interchangeable. Unfortunately, there's just a lot of issues out there, but I've got a lot of cards. Got a lot of time on my hands now. And so we're just going to chat about some things. But the basic thing is that with all these issues, whether you have one, hopefully you have something that you're willing to fight for. I know I am. Always, 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 always for education, always for you. And we need to do better. And we can. And I just have a lot of faith. So, thanks for this lesson, and stay tuned.